I made a mistake.
Okay, we're gonna circle back to that, but in the meantime, here's everything I made for a 15-person Passover Seder. I started by making a cherry iced shaken espresso, and it turns out I really was gonna need that because this randomly turned into a 7-hour day of cooking. So first I got some chicken stock going for matzo ball soup, and I also simmered some chickpeas for hummus. Then I started braising some brisket, and let me tell you, my smoke alarm, not happy about it. Literally, my smoke alarm is the 11th plague. That's an inside Passover joke. Then I got some beets roasting to make a beet hummus, and I also made a pie crust for a galette. Then I made a simple little marinade with thyme, honey, mustard, and olive oil for the chicken to luxuriate in overnight. I also made a simple pomegranate Dijon vinaigrette for the salad. And then I also had this really delicious fig lebne in my fridge, and I decided to mix sumac, honey, and some citrus into it to go under the asparagus dish. I also made a really simple tahini sauce to go under the roasted carrot dish. After the brisket had braised for a few hours, I sliced it and then returned it to the pot to braise for a little bit longer. After the chickpeas simmered for a few hours, I drained them and made 3 different types of hummus, one with blanched greens, one with turmeric, and one with roasted beets. I've been on a real hummus kick lately for whatever reason, and I have to say simmering the chickpeas in baking soda and also using the Vitamix are both kind of annoying steps, but they really make the hummus that much better. Okay, after the pie dough had chilled for a few hours, I assembled these potato, leek, and shaved midnight moon galettes. Then I strained the chicken broth and called it a day. Now it's the morning of the Seder, and the only prep left is to make the matzo ball mixture and also make a little haroset. And now we're on site. I've got Lily there to help me, and she started by making some matzo balls, and I got started by assembling the crudité board. We've got asparagus on the grill, we've got rice in the oven, the chicken is roasting, and my stock is looking jiggly as ever. Then we plated up the matzo ball soup, and I tossed the salad with the vinaigrette. Once the rice was done cooking, I fluffed it with some golden raisins, dates, dill, and toasted hazelnuts. I love the pink on this asparagus dish, and then we have our honey roasted carrots, the brisket, and the chicken. I do have to include a short little addendum here because if you were paying close attention, you'll notice that the galette that I made was nowhere to be found in the final spread. That's because when I brought the galette to the event and the client looks at it and goes, "What's in the crust?" And I said flour, and immediately my heart drops because guess what you can't eat on Passover? That galette. Oh, that was a little oopsie. The client was really nice about it, and I left the galette with them to freeze and enjoy at a later date. So it didn't go to complete waste, but I tragically did not get to have a bite of it because it was not served. And I'm sad about that. I'm sad about it. I'm also just filled with shame that didn't compute in my brain. Like, I'm Jewish. I went to Hebrew school. I had a bat mitzvah. And I'd just like to apologize. Okay, thanks for watching.